And all of the students at Dennis Intermediate School are safe, but the teen gunman is dead. Police say he took his own life.
We learned late this afternoon that the 14-year-old was not a student of that school, but tonight that family is grieving and a community is in shock. Our crews have been in Richmond all day digging into what happened.
Our Rafael Sanchez leads our team coverage live from the scene of the gunfire there at Dennis Intermediate School. Rafael.
Mark and Amanda, good evening. The hero of the day is that anonymous person who alerted authorities that 14-year-old boy was going to pose a violent threat to the students and staff here at Dennis Intermediate School. The motive still not known. Our live team coverage now begins with our Nicole Griffin. She is here in Richmond with the latest at 6. Nicole?
Rafael, good evening. Well, tonight crews are here busy working to board up the door where that teenage shooter shot in today to get inside Dennis Intermediate School. We are going to zoom in on that right now for you. We are told by police he shot the glass door around 8 o'clock this morning. The school was on lockdown after someone called and notified police about the teenager's threat. We have just learned the school will be closed both Friday and Monday. Investigators are still inside at this very hour gathering evidence. We have learned both parents and witnesses today. We've been talking to them all day long. It's been an emotional and difficult day for everyone involved.
My little girl texted me, told me she was scared. We just got her transferred to school. We just moved into the location. That's what's even so crazier. So I'm asking her why, and she said they're shooting. So I instantly just ran to the school, and by then they have the whole area blocked off to where there wasn't no parents allowed.
Police tonight are crediting a phone call notifying them that the teenage shooter's plan, which allowed Richmond police officers, Wayne County deputies, and a state police trooper to arrive here on scene and confront that suspect as he shot down that door and made his way inside. A woman who lives right across the street from Dennis Intermediate tells us she talked to the suspect's father after the shooting.
I just saw the kid dressed in all black, and he had a big old, looked like gun case, and he climbed in the bottom of the door when they shot the glass out. It was pretty shocking because you just don't hear about, you know, things like that. And then I started speaking with the dad, and he was telling me how his son has been bullied for a while, so they took him out of school for 2 years, and that he thought he was getting better, but this morning he told him that he either took him to school or he was gonna kill him, and he told him he was gonna kill himself. And yeah, then I just saw him climbing in the school.
Police say there were shots exchanged between the teenager and officers, but they say ultimately that teenager took his life inside the school. The mayor of Richmond calling this situation tragic on many levels, telling us that police officers here in Richmond had plans today to hand out toys to local children, but instead they are spending their day investigating a school shooting. His message to everyone here in Richmond tonight: stay aware, stay vigilant, and take all threats serious. Rafael, let's go ahead and send it back to you.
Nicole Griffin with the voices of the people here in Richmond. The governor called today's incident a tragic situation. It's been a terrifying day for parents. Our Derek Thomas talked to the mother of triplets who was kept informed in real time with many texts.
The first text message came to Misty Bowman at 8:32 from one of her 3 sons. It said, "We are on lockdown and it sounds pretty real." She responded, "Just stay calm and do what the teacher says. I love you." The school district called parents, apprised them of the situation, and directed them to the Civic Hall Performing Arts Center. Misty Bowman rushed to the school to pick up her 3 sons, but she spent over 2 hours waiting for them to be released. They emerged from the school relieved. She was flanked by her identical triplets. They were all in different classrooms when the shooter entered the building. They all were worried about the other.
They could have been hurt, killed, or something like that.
And you wanted to know that?
Yeah, I was trying to text them, but, you know, they wouldn't answer.
How scary was this?
Petrifying.
Petrifying?
Yeah.
And that's when you texted your mother?
Well, I texted her after they had
secured the rooms and stuff, and we were allowed to bring out our phones and tell our parents we were safe.
There was some tension in the room as parents waited for their children to be released. These are photos Bowman took while she waited.
Every parent in there wanted to do was just to comfort their kids, and having 3 of them, the only piece I had is knowing that they had each other inside there while they're waiting on me. At least they had part of their family, which is every kid's safety net.
The triplets have a safety net, themselves and their mother. A group hug after a grueling day, a day they hope will not be replicated. Derek Thomas, RTV6.
This is the second school shooting in our state since Noblesville Middle School West in May. The state police superintendent tells us tonight he doesn't understand it.
We can't get our arms around what's happened to these kids today and what they heard. So let's not lose sight of that. There is no simple answer here, ladies and gentlemen, and to all the people that are listening and watching today, likely all over the country. But until we change the way we view violence, we're never going to get any better.
Tonight, state police are telling me not to expect any new updates for the rest of the evening. They say they have a lot of investigative work ahead of them. They also want people in the Richmond area to know that there are no known threats. As Nicole mentioned behind me, there are still a number of law enforcement officials still here at the scene. That is the latest in Richmond. Mark and Amanda, now back to you.
Raphael, we're just glad to hear that no one else was hurt in this. Thank you for your report.